Good evening. Effective 2021, global financial markets is in trouble. We agree this or we are not agree this, but this is a fact. Because immediately after Corona, the central banks of the globe, except two, number one, People Bank of China, and number two, Bank of Japan, almost everybody hiked the rate. And that I mean tremendously. The impact of that is known to everybody. We agree or we do not agree. Hundreds and hundreds of jobs across the globe, big names, it is cut down. And even today, almost every possible day, when I read business newspapers, I'm finding that someone says so and so in so and so country is cutting the jobs. You know that I study two business newspapers in a day. And I strongly believe that reading business newspaper must be a habit, because when you read business newspaper, you will not only understand what is happening across, but you also understand about the updates, which is difficult to have on internet, because so many websites, so many blogs, whom to track, whom not to track. So I'm reading two business newspapers from the last 10 plus years, and I would continue to follow this. But the biggest problem is today the world economy is standing at a crosshead, because a huge geopolitical issue is going across, which is Israel versus Iran. And when I say Israel versus Iran, I'm not demeaning the impact of Russia versus Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, I think after another 3 months, it would be third year for the Russia-Ukraine war. Third year for the Russia-Ukraine war. And tremendous amount of money is spent in a Russia-Ukraine war. Thousands and thousands of people lost their life. There is no counting of that. Even today, the war is going on. And how this war would shape up in near future, we would never know. We would never know. And it is quite unfortunate that when one war is going on, another started, which is Israel versus Iran. And in this war, the level of conflict is more severe, because Lebanon and so countries are up against the Israel. There are many good YouTube channels who are tracking each and every activity of the war. Even I track these channels on a dinner table and see that what is happening, who is doing who, and so on and so forth. I'm really thankful to these YouTube channels who are having so much pain. But I'm not here to cover the Israel-Iran war. But one thing I must say, that God forbid, if either countries will do something which is beyond imagination, or which is currently not a scenario, then there is a high probability of big escalation. And I'm not going to be speaking more than that, but yes, I'm keeping an eye on each and every development. This is what I can say. And I hope to resolve this problem as early as possible, without any loss to a human life. I beg. But when these things are going on, the impact is directly proportional to the financial markets. There is no doubt about that. So let me cover the Indian financial market. When this war, actually on 1st October, when the Iran attacked Israel, and some blogs claim that it is 180 plus missile, while some claim that it is 400 plus, while few claims it is 500 plus. I do not know which number is correct, but But most of the blogs are claiming 180 plus missiles, so I guess this number is correct. At this point of time, Indian indices, say Nifty, was at around 26,300, and then it all of a sudden started crashed, and in a few days, investor lost trillions. The similar situation is with almost every emerging economy of the globe. In fact, if I take an exception of the United States, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and Standard and Poor, there is hardly any index which I track and it has not fallen. And in the last 2 days, I have seen some positive sentiments, but I am not very much hopeful. But one thing which I fail to understand, even in 2021, even in 2024, when this two conflicts are going, Russia, Ukraine, and your Israel, Iran, which is why the commodity market and also the currency market is inversely proportional to the conflict. So let me give you a simple example. When 2021, Federal Reserve started hiking the rate, and many other central banks of the globe simply copied Federal Reserve, knowing that it is a supply side problem. It is not a demand side problem. It is a supply side problem, but they hide the rate thinking that they may be able to tame this, but till what extent they went successful, we all aware about that. We all aware about. Gold was approximately 1650, and even it came down to 1600. Without quoting any specific name, a big bank, says so and so, came in public and said that gold may touch down to 1400 and below. And that so and so bank, when he said that, I went and studied his research report and I found out that it is miscalculated, because I was under an expectation and my research was suggesting that gold is not going down, rather there is a retracement. I told many times that retracement is where the markets take a U-turn. Now, when I'm using a word market, I mean asset class. It could be gold, silver, platinum, diamond, uranium, currency, equity, commodities, bonds, OIS curve, or an interest rate structure. List is not comprehensive. So comprehensive means all probabilities are covered. Here I'm not covering the whole probabilities. The basic problem here is that at 1600 gold took the retracement and it somehow take a rest at 1700. And even when there were talks in the market that Federal Reserve might be cutting down the interest rate, the gold was not going up, and I was expecting the gold should have gone up, but it not happened. And I fail to understand that why it is inversely proportional to the market disputes. Now, what is the definition of inversely proportional to the market dispute? I am a person who believes that knowledge is endless. Knowledge is like a sea. You swim, but sea is endless. This universe is endless. Similar is the knowledge. Now, negative proportional to the market dynamic means that suppose there is a dynamic which is supporting gold, but gold started falling. On the contrary, suppose there is a dynamic which is saying the gold to fall, but gold going up. And there is a thing called auxiliary correlation. That is very technical concept and I don't expect everybody to understand. Auxiliary correlation means that when one asset class move in a direction of another asset class, copying this stupidity which it should not copy. We cannot ignore the aspect of manipulation in the commodities market and currency market because history is witness that there are scandals happened in the commodity market, rigging happened in the commodity market. So it may possible because of that also. But today, when the conflict is going on, and many YouTube channels already uploaded a video that Iran conducted a nuclear test, why dated so and so at so and so location. And if in law we say that prima facie, if prima facie I go whatever information is in public on the blogs or the websites, then Iran conducted the nuclear test prima facie. I don't have any evidence because I personally not observed that. And there is a growing probability that Israel may have a counter attack on the Iran. In fact, America, some military leader is in Israel and he is contemplating all these things according to various websites. Irrespective of having this as a background, gold is falling. Oil is falling. Natural gas is falling. And other commodities, ferrous and non-ferrous commodities are falling. And I fail to understand that why it is going on. Ladies and gentlemen, in our interest rate structure, there is a concept called interest rate reversal expectations. These are very hardcore terms. Not many people understand that. Interest rate reversal expectation means suppose there is some dynamics which is going in the financial market. And because of that dynamics, the local central bank decide that they would be cutting the interest rate. And suppose they done with this, say whatever, 25 bips or whatever. And God forbid the market dynamics changed. Maybe action of God, maybe some war, or maybe whatever. Now the same central bank next time, rather than cutting the interest rate, would increase the interest rate, which is a jolt to financial market. Just like when Bank of Japan increased their interest rate last time, the carry between dollar to JPY and the carry between JPY to the emerging markets took a big hit. I was reading many articles on so-and-so websites and I was finding that the hit is very strong. Though I don't have any number which I can contemplate pertaining to that. But even today, Japanese yen is at around 148 as we stand. It went down to 141 from 165. So it was 165. From 165 to 162, from 162 to roughly 158, from 158 slowly to 141, and from 141 again to 148. And God willing, I don't know, maybe Japanese yen would be touching 150 very soon. 150 is our red mark, which means that 150, which means that last time also when Japanese yen touched 150, there were expectations that it may be touching 200 also, although I was not in agreement of these expectations. That is my way of looking at it. But the point is, when these things are happening, the key commodity indices and the key currencies are doing reversal, which means that gold, which should be plus, it is falling. Natural gas, which should be plus, it is falling. and many other commodities which should be plus, it is falling. Why this is going on? This is something which I practically fail to understand. Why it is going on? And it is very hard for a trader or an investor or a hedge fund to even trade on that. 2 days ago, gold was up by two big figures. It was 73, it went to almost 76, and today back to 70. And I am thinking that what is going on? Now, I don't have any idea that why it is going on. Well, who is placing the reversal trades? Because one thing I know, there is a thing called reversal trades. Now, reversal trades means when a market dynamics is suggesting this way, somebody placed a heavy position this way. And what happened? Technically, it should be this way, but you are putting a position this way, which means the market will also move the way you want them to move. And the day, so and so person will come out of the market, or he thinks that he's done, then the market will reverse and this retracement would cost. Remember, retracement is practically of two types. Practically, one which is original and one which is fake. Original retracement is when it is happening and we all know the factors. Example, God forbid, two countries are fighting with each other. So common sense that the domestic indices of both the countries has to fall. Has to fall because both are fighting with each other. The share prices of the listed companies of both the countries has to fall. The business confidence index and business income, jobs has to fall. This is natural retracement, which is natural in nature, but there is a retracement which is non-natural in nature, which means when both the countries are fighting with each other, but indices are going up, or there is something which is happening in the financial market which is beyond imagination. This is called reversal. I don't know what is going on right now, let me tell you, and I'm not here commenting on the war because I generally do not make videos pertaining to that, but I'm tracking financial market and tracking financial market as a proprietary hedge fund. I further repeat, although I repeated many times, that proprietary means no third party can invest in our funds. No third party means no third party, no exception to it. But when I track, I'm feeling that there is a reversal which is going in the markets, and I don't know why this reversal is going on. Sitting today, I do not have an answer to that reversal. I have 100 strategies to hedge this reversal. But I do not have an answer to that reversal, that why exactly it is going. And who is driving that? Who is creating a reversal trade? That is the very important thing. Before we part ways in today's video, let me summarize to tell you that reversal trades can be created by an individual. It may be created by somebody who holds the big firepower. By big firepower means that he's a very wealthy or high net worth individual, maybe a very big player who can simply twist the market. Or he may be an influential player. I don't have any idea, but one thing I'm sure, that there is something which is called reversal which is happening. That I'm sure about. But why this reversal is going on, that I'm not sure about, and that is what I'm tracking. And that I think I must track also. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is really pleasure that I must tell you that in the world of financial market, the more you study, the more you understand, the better equipped you would be. Because no one is perfect except the Almighty superpower. But the more you study, the more perfect you would be. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's really a pleasure. Speak soon.